All right, welcome back to another case study. This was September 16th, 2021, and this was just like a random day. This was like no day in particular. This was just a random day, and that's likely how I'm gonna do these, just like random days. But these are just my interpretations on price. I am a developing student, and I will continue to be a student in the markets. And big thanks to ICT. All right, so basically the framework around this trade, or some overall daily bias around this, is the fact that we have traded into an order block, and we are showing one, two, three, four times at that level, and then the fact that we have an SMT at that level as well, and I'll show ES as well. But the trade is on NQ, but yeah, this is what ES is looking right now. ES trades into this gap here, and has SMT that forms there. And so this is a little bit messy, but this is the 1 hour chart that ends up developing throughout the day. As you can see here, short-term low, intermediate-term low, and then we anticipate, or sorry, another short-term low, and then we anticipate this to be a short-term low, confirming this is an intermediate-term low at this fair value gap, and also this order block right here. Notice how this is the order block here because it's the lowest down close candle with the body, with the bigger body. This isn't going to be your order block, but it does show respect there, but this is your order block. And so right at open, we have a Judas profile. Where is the low resistance liquidity at market open? And it's up here. It's up here. That's where the low resistance liquidity market's going to push up towards that. And we end up having SMT here. So this is pretty much all liquidated technically. And then lower, we have that 1 hour imbalance. So if we pop out to this 1 hour imbalance, we had that stop rate above here, and then we're looking for this. We're seeking this imbalance here, and possibly an order block there. And so, yeah. So this was kind of a trickier day overall, which is why it's good to study bad days, or it's not bad days, but days which you could have got hurt, or days in which it just wasn't as clear. It's good to always study those days as well. But basically right here, we have that stop rate right here. This is the 1 minute. I know it's not like it doesn't, sorry, I didn't capture this the greatest, but then we end up having that Judas profile, and then we end up breaking down, changing that state of delivery here, and coming back inverse for my gap right here. And then I don't really enter off of inverses, so I probably wouldn't have caught that, but we also have this order block entry right here. We come back up to these 3 up close candles here, right back into there. Or you could have framed this candle here as your breaker right here. I would have ignored the wicks here because I believe that this is the 9:30 open candle. And then we come back into there, and then we also have a stop hunt right here. And I'm just showing that this is 45 points. And then this level right here is that fair value gap low, and then this is that order block level. So I was just like saying, hey, take partials probably at constant encroachment of that, and then maybe look to have low end of that, and then that would probably be your whole trade. But I wouldn't love this trade just because it's against that overall premise on the daily, that the fact that we're bouncing off of these bouncing off the order block. I would more look for higher prices off of that. But this is some power of 3. And then I want to note the 950 macro, the fact that we consolidated within the macro. Therefore, 1010's likely to have a move. This was just consolidation within the macro, but 1010 didn't deliver anything. We kind of just went back lower, and then there was no real entry here. Like even here, there was consolidation. There wasn't even anything entry here. So overall, your bias is bullish. You want to see bullish signatures. We are well below midnight opening price, and we're looking for higher prices. We're off that daily order block, and we're within that fair value gap on the hourly, and we're also within that order block on the hourly. So we have things that are supporting price here that we're looking for. And if those don't manifest itself, then there's no trade. And right here, this is why I think that this is my study to why we didn't make a meaningful push here. We did change the delivery state here on the 5 minute, which could have probably got you chopped up here. But we never really displaced on the 5 minute. There's no true displacement on the 5 minute, and we never got that. Right here, no true displacement. No true displacement. No true displacement. So we're waiting. And also, another thesis I have is that we never purge liquidity. There's no true meaningful purge on liquidity. Right here, we're coming into IRL. We're coming into IRL. There's no liquidity that we're taking within the market to then have a meaningful run higher. Every move within the market, and every significant move in the market will have some for a stop run. Right here, that just isn't significant enough. And even here, after we have that stop on, we never displace. But right here, we end up purchasing liquidity and then forming an SMT as well here at the lows, and then we get the real move higher. The thing also I don't like about this model too much is the fact that the timing of it. It's at 11:50. Normally, I want to see that expansion at 10 a.m. And that could have led to you getting stopped out. That could have led to you of probably trying to take a long within here. But even here, there's no entry. Yeah, market structure shift, no imbalance, no retrace to order block. Kind of just chop. Willingness to not displace. We never meaningfully displace. We never have an energetic price run. And I feel like there has to be some over underlying premise to why the market wasn't moving as efficiently, which I feel like is best. You're best able to feel that like when you're in the markets real time, but obviously while you're back testing, you're only gonna do the best that you can with the data that you have. But that's just what I want to internalize. But basically, right here, we end up having two beefy down close candles in the sell side, into this liquidity SMT right here. This now becomes your order block right here. Send that out in time. And then this will become your mitigation as well. And that's what I want to draw your attention to, or draw my attention to, sorry. We come back in here, that becomes your mitigation. And then notice how this is keyed off the 1150 macro. So we know that 950 macro didn't do anything. 1050 macro didn't start a move. So that means that 1150 macro, we're going to be paying extra attention to that. Normally, I'm not looking to trade that lunch macro, but since we haven't done anything meaningfully, we've just been seeking liquidity within this range. I'm looking for something to possibly stir up here, and then that's what is happening. 1150 macro starts right here and then ends right here. So we end up displacing higher after that stop run, after that sell side liquidity purge, after that SMT, displacing higher. Then we trade back down, not all the way into that fair value gap. We might have on ES, I never checked that. But then we end up having this big displacement candle here, fair value gap with order block right there. Okay, maybe you're like a little hesitant. Maybe I don't really want to be engaged with this. Maybe I'm seeing all this. So I'm like, I don't know what we're going to do, but you can trust time. And if you take a loss, you take a loss. So then we end up displacing higher, continuing higher, and then creating a fair value gap right with on that mitigation block. Look at the bodies here. Look at the bodies right there. Perfectly. And boom, up, order block. And then this is likely there's probably some OTE. I wasn't even looking, honestly. OTE retracements. I feel like could be OTE. I don't know. And then right here, I want to note as well, we have consolidation. And then at a certain time, 2 p.m., we form SMT and then we displace higher. So that could be your turtle soup that you anticipate to see at 2 p.m. and then we end up displacing up and then liquidating all of these highs here and all this low resistance liquidity. So right here, this was like, it was a little bit sloppier, I would say so myself, but this is your probably midnight opening somewhere around here. Where's 12 a.m.? Right here, 16 right here. Midnight opening, we end up displacing lower below that. Then we engage a higher time repeater rate, and then price changes the state of delivery. We have a stop hunt, and then we take this meaningful run here. But yeah, that was the price action on this day, and yeah, I'll continue to do more of these.